Cyberpunk 2077 is a very addictive game. I'm 90% finished with the main storyline and I've put almost 40 hours into it. I think it's time for an honest review of Cyberpunk 2077. Let's go! YouTube. Day 4 of the upload a video every single day of the year 2021 challenge is on and popping. Today's video, we're talking about Cyberpunk 2077. The good, the bad, the ugly on what Cyberpunk 2077 has to offer. Smash that like button, comment down below what is your favorite Keanu Reeves movie for a chance to be shouted out in my very next video, just like my guy, Big Chungus. What's good, Big Chungus? He told me why he wanted a PS5 in my last video. And subscribe if you're brand new. Subscribe just to see if I complete the 365-day challenge. I make all kinds of videos concerning next-gen video games, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, guides, tutorials, tips, tricks, whatever you need, baby. I got you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button with that post notification bell so you don't miss a thing. 30% off all merchandise in the merch store. Link is down in the description. 30% off if you use the code blow up. So go on, get you some. Enough of that though. Let's get into talking about what Cyberpunk 2077 is all about. Let's go.
Sorry, really sorry. But I'm gonna have to shut this party down. Just like the good old days.
Cyberpunk came out of the gate swinging on all cylinders because it was one of the most anticipated games of the next gen series, and it fell flat on its face for Xbox One and PS4. But for the next gen consoles, flawless. As far as the Xbox Series X is concerned, I've had no problems and the game has ran perfectly. From the extensive view of the Night City map, it is by far one of the best looking games that I've played thus far on my next gen console. There is so much to do and we're gonna get into everything as I break down this review of Cyberpunk. Starting with one of my pet peeves of the game is coming right from the beginning in the customer characterization screen. I want to be represented in the game, and I think Cyberpunk failed miserably in the skin tones and skin types for characters. I wanted to be a black person with actual black people qualities, and it just didn't pan out. there was not a lot of options for me, and it's again one of the things that bothers me. May not bother you, but I definitely had to say it was a knock against the game, because the skin tones went from very light to extremely charcoal dark, and that's just not the way it needs to be. Other than that, the fluidity of the combat was just superb. I'm talking guns, knives, hammers, bats. Everything was on point, and nothing seemed to be problematic whenever I was in a combat situation. So that is definitely a positive to this game, and the combat is extremely fun, and it picks up very fast when you're in a combat situation. But there are lulls in the game to get to combat situations, and that's just a part of the storyline. But these guns are amazing, and there's an extensive list of weapons that you can use in the game, which is definitely a positive. There's a lot you can do in CyberPunk as well. There are so many missions and side jobs and gigs, and that's one reason that I really love this game, because you can never get bored with the amount of things to do in this game. From the time I started to like 3 minutes into the game, I had already amassed like 20 missions to complete. And inside every mission, there's always 1 or 2 ways to tackle it, either by hacking and being stealth or guns blazing. There's so much to do. When it comes to driving missions, it runs kind of like Grand Theft Auto, where the driving is a little wonky at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's no problem. And then there's also elements of the game that are extremely trippy, out of world, out of body experiences that adds another element to the dynamic of the game, and it's just a masterpiece. When you talk about storylines, it is definitely a must-have game. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. And the boss fights are a little difficult, and you definitely have to plan to go into it with a strategy that puts you out on top, because I've had some big time boss battles playing this game, and had I not had the right weapons, I would have failed miserably. So keep that in mind. There is a level of difficulty to this game that is unmatched. And there are a couple of other knocks that I wanted to discuss, and that is just the sheer AI. It's just a little crazy. It's almost as if the AI isn't even there. Like, I ran into this car and they did nothing. Like, if this was Grand Theft Auto, they would have got out the car, they would have ran, they would have done something. But here, they just sit in the car and, you know, it's all good. And then there are also some technical bugs, like my finger is disassembled right there when I crouch with my mantis arms, or, you know, it's just little bugs like that. I've seen people inside of walls, inside of steps, but those are to be expected with the first, you know, run of this game. And on top of all of that, another knock against it is just the police pursuit. As I just sit here and stab this guy, he's just, you know, sitting there, and here's another technical glitch that you see, he's just standing there as I kill him. So I'm wondering, okay, here comes the cops, but it's nothing. And I kill a cop, I kill a drone, my wanted level goes up to 3 stars. If this was any other police pursuit type game, the police would be on me like white on rice, like a paper plate in a snowstorm. But here in Cyberpunk Night City, the cops do not pursue you the way that you would think. And it's extremely easy to get away from them. All I do is get in my car and drive up the road, and I'm done with the police pursuit. Overall, I love this game. This game is amazing and is a must-have if you have a next-gen console. Do not get this on current gen. Horrible. But I want to leave y'all with this scene from Johnny Silverhand and just give y'all the full scope of a main mission. Check this out.
There'll be anything left to scrape up.
That's how we're gonna play it. You fucking dog. Go, go, go!
I'm impressed. Seriously.
You're just warming up. Back down! Keep it together! That's how we're gonna play it.
Now. Need to blow out of here. Get back in a sec.
Go, go, go!
That heal will come back. Fight, fight, fight! Join you in a sec.
Faster! Let's get the hell away.
Right behind you. Our company on our ass.
Arasaka! They hit the car, we're fucked. Not half bad there.
Got point.
Get ready.
Headed this way.
Before get out way. We're just warming up.
You seeing this?
Lay it on him!
I'm impressed. Seriously.
This is it.
Need to stop. Watch out. Hey, leave a little for me.
Like I said, that action picks up when the combat starts. Overall, I believe that this game is a winner. For Xbox Series X and S and PS5, this game is amazing. I have heard of the bricking issues and the game shutting down on PS5, but I have yet to see anything problematic from the Xbox side of things yet. If you love RPGs and you have a next-gen console, this game is a must-have. Day 4 out of the way. Tomorrow, bringing you something completely different. Just stay tuned and be ready for it. I love y'all. Don't forget to comment what your favorite Keanu Reeves movie is if you want to be shouted out in my next video. It's your boy, DUBS, CP, here to do one thing and one thing only, and that's blow up! Deuces.